Good morning, I'm Jenny,
I'm Anel.
and welcome to Wake Up with Jenny and Friends. How are you,
I'm doing fantastic well. And I just made that up.
Anel? That sounds
That's
fabulous.
going to work.
Thanks for co-hosting with me today, my friend.
Well, I greatly appreciate it. Surprised, but appreciate it. And needless to say, scared. Yes.
Scared? Oh no, don't be scared. We'll have lots of fun here. How was your weekend, my friend?
My weekend is good. It's still ongoing. We know Mondays is my Sunday. So, yes. But it was good. It was good. Especially it being Mother's Day. It was nice to see all those, Mother's Day wishes and stuff. And some of us don't have that luxury of having our moms, but you guys are awesome.
Ah, that's awesome. And did you do anything exciting over the weekend?
Um, I met with a good friend of mine. Uh, we talked a little bit and met another friend of hers, and we
Hmm.
just had it's we have I haven't done that in so long. It
Yeah.
was nice, and I know some of you may not like this. I got fully vaccinated,
Oh, you
so
did. How do you feel
yes.
about it?
Uh, so far, so good.
Yeah.
No side effects.
Hmm.
I was hoping, you know what? I was hoping for the one side effect,
What was that?
hair growth. That hasn't happened, guys. Come on.
I'm definitely not getting it. I don't need any more.
Come on. That's all I wanted it for. That's the only reason I took the vaccine. No, but yeah. So yeah, that's what happened over the weekend.
Oh, good. And you feel okay? You feel fine? No sniffles, no nothing.
No superpowers yet.
No
No,
superpowers
unfortunately.
yet,
No.
but
Darn
possible.
it.
Possible.
I hope so because I have my suit already. I ordered it and it's
Uh-huh.
ready to go, and it's useless without the powers, right?
What brand did you get? Moderna, Pfizer? What brand did you get?
I got the Pfizer.
The
I got the
Pfizer.
Pfizer. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, good for you. If you yeah, I mean if that's you feel good about taking it, good for you. Good for you.
Yes.
What are you drinking this morning, my friend? I see you've got some
I, I'm having my staple French
caffeine.
vanilla. I I call it. I like having coffee with my sugar
Oh.
because, and that's why I only have one cup of coffee because I am heavy-handed with sugar. I have found other ways of sweetening. I use syrup, but it's
Yep.
definitely vanilla. I know that's pretty vanilla to be to say vanilla, but yes, that's me, vanilla. Okay, it is what it is. You know. But yes,
Well, I
what are you
don't
drinking?
you what? Sorry?
What are you drinking?
Oh, I am having my decaf black decaf coffee in my Walt Disney mug. My
Look at
Walt
that,
Disney.
awesome.
Yeah, what kind of mug do you have?
Take a guess.
I'm gonna guess it's something along the lines of Care Bears. No, I'm joking. Star Wars.
Yeah.
If you don't, for anybody who doesn't know, Anel is a big Star Wars buff. And for anybody who's not watching this and just listening on Spotify or iTunes right now, I am being treated to a background of Star Wars paraphernalia. So you'll have to go watch this on YouTube for those who are just listening to see the Star Wars accoutrement.
No.
So what's going on in your neck of the woods, my friend?
Just working,
Yeah.
trying to stay busy.
Hmm.
Got an interesting email from corporate. In my 20 years in the business, I've never gotten an email as such.
Mm.
Um, we have to send in pictures and whatnot. We're pretty much self-regulated. We don't have like a boss over us. So
Right.
we're out on the field, and again, 20 years in the business, and for the first time, I get an email saying, you're doing awesome work. The residents that I took the property, I just took the property over. Apparently, are calling in saying this guy is awesome. So it's nice to be
Oh,
noticed in that sense.
yeah.
It's just nice to just get that accolade. It's not always about the money.
Hmm.
Um, so it's nice. So yeah, that's pretty much that made my week for the most part.
Oh, well,
So
it's
yes.
well deserved. You are a very kind individual, and I've known you for a long time, and a very well deserved compliment for sure.
And I always say I'm just being me.
And
It,
very humble, I will
it's
say, very humble. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Well, we have a fabulous show today, quite the lineup. We are going to be talking about our three favorite poets and reading a poem from each of them, which I'm super excited about that because I don't really delve too much into the poetry side in the show usually. So this will be a nice treat for me intellectually. We have our famous three-question draw. Very excited to see what questions you have for me, sir.
Mhm.
Our five favorite words. Hmm. Wonder what those could be. Our three favorite combinations. And rumor has it, sir, you have a tip of the day.
I do.
Okay.
I
Well,
do.
let's get started. Let's head on over to the poetry world. And would you like to go first with your first poem?
I, well, of course, I will go first.
Okay.
Um,
Who is it and what is the poem?
my my first poem is basically the first poem I was forced to read.
Okay.
You know, I was born in, I was raised in a city, and
Yep.
this type of education was far from us. And
Mm.
to this day, this particular teacher is in my life, and he
Oh,
introduced
lovely.
this poem to me, and it's Annabel Lee. Um, and Annabel Lee was written by Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
I always say Poe, it's Poe.
Poe, Edgar
Um,
Allan Poe. Yes.
yeah, it
Oh,
was written in. It was actually written, I believe, a year. It was released two. I believe it was released 2 days after his passing.
mm-hmm.
But the reason it has meaning for me is because it introduced me
Yeah,
into
absolutely.
poetry. Because I write a little bit of it,
You
not the
do. You
greatest, by
do. You
no
do.
stretch of the imagination anywhere near any one of these authors.
Okay, let's
But
hear it.
okay, I'll try and stay within the rhythmic or the rhythm of it. Annabel Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. It was many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me.
Mm.
I was a child and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, and I and my Annabel Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of cold, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her highborn kinsman came and bore her away from me to
Mm.
shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee.
Mm. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love Edgar
It,
Allan Poe. He's
it,
he's he's so great.
it's the other reason I liked it is because it introduced me to a word that to this day I hate saying, sepulcher.
Mm.
It still gives me a hard time saying. And for those of you that don't know, um, uh, I do have a speech impediment. Probably you didn't know that, Jenny. So
Never know
it's
that. No, never
yeah,
noticed.
I try to practice, and one of the reasons why in the other medium I decided to start doing readings, and so it is helping me a bit.
Oh,
But
that's great.
yes, this introduced me into the world of poetry, um, eh, as well as how to read them. I didn't know that there
Mm.
was such a thing as a rhythm to a poem,
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
like a cadence.
Um,
Yeah.
exactly,
Mhm.
and it just touched me. It just
Yeah.
and of course as we get older, it touches us even more because
Yeah.
we encounter death a lot more.
Oh, sure.
So
Sure.
as I've gotten older, this poem has actually grown more to my heart. So
That's
hopefully
great.
I did it justice.
My first poem is by one of my favorite poets. I have a couple, but she stands out in my mind. Maya Angelou. We all know Maya. Ugh, Maya.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this poem is just, ugh, I love it. Phenomenal woman. Here we go. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in my reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I am a woman. Phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room just as cold as you please, and to a man the fellows stand or fall to their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's in the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing of my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breasts, the grace of my style. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about, or have to talk real loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say it's the click of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care. 'Cause I'm a woman, phenomenally. Phenomenal woman, that's me. I love that poem.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Number two, sir, on your list?
It's I number two is another one of my favorite poems, only because it was in you know uh, one of my most inspiring actors.
Mm-hmm.
My idol was Robin Williams, and I'm sure he was
Oh,
many.
gosh, yes. Don't we
Um,
all miss him so much?
yes, I want to say he was part of my childhood. He
Mm-hmm.
became part of my adolescence, and of course, he was there in my adulthood. And the reason I say that is because, as a young kid, I grew up. I was a lonely child, and my grandma would give me a few dollars, and I would spend all day in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, you used to be able to just go to the movie theater and sit there all day and watch the movie over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my day. And I think this is why movies were a big part of my life. And initially, that's where I wanted to have my career. But so when I first heard this poem again back in college, it didn't mean much. And then, of course, I saw Dead Poets Society,
Oh,
and
fabulous movie. If you haven't
and
seen it,
then
you need to see
and
it.
then yeah, it's in fact I've enacted a portion of that audio.
There
Um,
were a lot of great actors in that movie who started out.
yes.
They were real young when they started
Hmm.
in that
Hmm.
movie. Yeah.
And it actually vilified
Yeah.
Robin Williams as a dramatic actor.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
and it's just incredible.
Okay.
But yes,
I'm
"Oh
excited.
Captain, My Captain" by Walt Whitman, of course. And in reading it, I first was introduced to it in the movie, but and of course, as I started doing research, I realized why it became even more poignant for me was why it was written.
Okay.
Um,
Let's hear it.
so again, hopefully the cadence is okay, and I apologize. So pre-apologize. "Oh, Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip has done. The ship has weathered every wrack. The prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting. Why, while follow eyes the steady keel of the vessel grim and daring. But oh, heart, 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 oh, the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen, cold and dead.
Hmm.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills. For you bouquets and ribboned wreaths, for you the shores are crowding. For you they call the swaying mast, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head, it is some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead. My captain does not answer, his lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm, he has no pulse nor will. The ship is anchored safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip the victor ship comes in with object won. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck, my captain lies, fallen, cold, and dead.
Wow.
What
Wow, wow, wow. Powerful poem.
it is.
Um,
And yes, it was written when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated.
oh my
And
goodness, yeah.
yes,
The
and
connection there is crazy.
he
Yeah.
um, he is one of my favorite presidents ever. So
Yeah, he was a
yeah,
great one
so
for sure. Okay,
mhm.
next one is by William Ernest Henley. It is called Invictus, and I know it's a favorite for both of us, my friend, so I
Yes.
appreciate, you giving me the honor of letting me read this one. We both
No,
picked the
please
same
stop that.
one.
No, I actually, like I said, if I may interject, it actually is it's very serendipitous, the fact
Mm.
that I find out that we both have the same favorite poem. Pretty cool.
Okay, so here we go. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeons of chance, my head is bloody and unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged the punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I love that. Just love it. And the last part is so like just so meaningful for me. I just love that. I am the master of my fate, the captain of my soul. I love that. Yeah.
That the reason that is, to this day just brings
Mm.
tears, but it is a moment in my life where you think that you're just about nothing, and nothing is working out for you, and you basically, when you look back, you deem yourself, and you realize that you basically are stronger than you think you are, and
Yeah,
no
it's
one
very
can tell
inspiring.
you.
Yeah,
So
very
that is
inspiring.
why it's again, this hangs on my wall. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite poems.
Yeah, it is a
So
good one. Let's try and fit one last one in here, sir. Your third poem, and then I will read my third poem, which is quite short, but I
well,
think will
my third poem is nowhere near the caliber of these authors. As I said before, and if I can find it, I know I had it right. And if I can find it, but it's a poem that I wrote.
uh-huh.
And I've written poems here and there. Um,
A lot of
but
them we featured in the magazine, by the way. You're an
I
excellent
was just
writer.
gonna say
Love
that,
it. Yep.
thanks to Jenny, a few of them have been published. Which, by the way, um, there's a good friend of mine that follows me on Facebook, and she's always been telling me for years to publish.
Yeah.
And she basically told me, can you please tell her to thank you? So from
Aw.
Linda Herena, all the way from New York, she wants to thank you because she always believed that my poem should be published. And you did.
Aw.
So I appreciate that.
Oh, that's so kind. Thank you.
Now,
Thanks for saying that.
now,
Okay. You have it there?
unfortunately, yes, I have
Okay.
it ready. We're ready. Um, my dad's passing was May 8th. And
Sorry.
around that year, I always get very, very pensive and very
Mm.
somber.
Mm.
And my poems always come to me when I'm feeling these feelings. So
Yeah.
again, it probably nowhere near anywhere of Walt Whitman or Henley or what have you, but to me it's there. Hey, I just rhymed. Um,
Okay, here we go.
okay. I had a visit from my dad. We wake repentant to our sweet sleep. Task at day's hand, we march on. But that wonderful dream, the visit of persons past, you forever want to keep. Bestowed upon these joyful apparitions that forever we long. Sadness upon us, for we must say farewells. Realization, the apex of this melody, as beautiful the end comes for this song. No need for sorrow, we know they'll come again. To wait for dusk, to prepare for our sleep, to wait for that dream. Anticipation, eyes shut down, and thoughts flow, and when. This is my yearning to want to see you, knowing only that time will allow by its own accord. Then, when needed most, in despair and life's heartache, you come and dream with me, and I see you in full view.
Oh, that's beautiful,
It's,
Anel. That's so lovely. I love
yeah,
that. I love that.
it's just
And sorry to hear of your dad's passing, and it's I know it's a hard time, and yeah, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you can remember him in that way. So that's really lovely. Um, I have one final one, and I hope it brings a little bit of a giggle. It's by one of my favorite authors, Shel Silverstein. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
hey, yes,
He's
yes,
written
wow.
many, so he writes children's books. Well, he wrote children's book. He's sadly passed now, but he wrote children's books, but he really wrote them for adults. If you've ever read a Shel Silverstein book, where the sidewalk ends, The Light in the Attic, my most favorite book
Oh,
in the world, The Giving Tree. Um, they're meant for children, but they really are for adults. There's such a strong, beautiful message. But, anyways, here's a little poem from one of his books. I believe this is from Light in the Attic. It's called The Gardener. We gave you a chance to water the plants. We didn't mean that way. Now zip up your pants. But bum. What can I say? He's a great author.
yeah,
All right, let's move on to our 3-question draw, my friend.
okay,
I will go first, and this is my
okay.
first question for you. If you could create a signature drink, what would be in it, and what would you call it?
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm.
And it would definitely be pumpkin spice something. Let's see. Um, let's call it the pumpkin spice passion.
Ooh.
And it's basically a mixture of pumpkin spice flavors
Yep.
with some nice either chai tea or
Ooh.
something of that nature. But it's definitely a warm drink,
Very
just to
nice.
encompass the warmth of fall and the falling leaves for us up north. Of course, I don't have that, but
Yeah.
don't hate
Yeah,
me for
you are so overburdened with beautiful weather and sunshine. It's terrible.
it.
Terrible. The beaches, the pools, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I know. And the theme parks.
And the
Don't
theme
forget the
parks,
theme parks.
just horrendous.
Yep.
Question number 2. What is your ultimate vacation?
I just had it. I literally just had it. Thankfully,
Wow.
um, I spent just about all day in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disney World, and I'm not
Uh-huh.
plugging anything, by the way, guys. I'm not, so
So how was
um,
it?
it was an incredible experience. I felt so relaxed. If you've
Aw.
never done it, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, the fact that you're transcended to a different world, the
Yeah.
sounds over your head, it's just an incredible thing. And of course, to me, that's my mecca because I am a Star Wars fanatic,
Yeah.
to put it lightly. So that would be my ultimate. The only thing that would make that more ultimate would be to have my children and my grandchildren with me.
Oh,
That
that's
would be the only other thing that would make it the ultimate vacation. And a lot of you are probably going to say, "Oh my God, the lines, the traffic," and to me that doesn't matter. It's just the fact that that's it for me. That's my, that's what
oh,
it is.
that's so nice.
So
My last question for you, sir. If today was your last day on earth, what is the first thing and the last thing you would do?
it's probably a saying that people have seen before, but I would gladly give you my last breath
Hmm.
if it only meant for you to live that much longer. That's really
And
pretty
I'm
much it.
gonna go cry in my cornflakes now. Okay. Um,
I hope that was a good answer, but that's just me. That is me in just a couple of words.
it
That's the
really
way I've
is
always
you.
been, but
It
yeah,
really is you,
I would
sir.
give you my last breath.
It's beautiful. Okay, go ahead. Your three questions. I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right,
All right, I'm geared up.
now one of these questions was going to be based on this, right?
Ruh-roh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the power of the force,
Oh
which
gosh.
you do, what would be your force strength?
Oh my gosh. So if I
So
had like a superpower, what would be my superpower?
no. This isn't relative to what's behind me.
I know, but and now
So
you know I've never seen them. I've never
that's
seen
okay.
them.
I'm going to help you.
Okay.
So there are different abilities. You have the power to change people's minds.
Mm.
You have the power to physically change the world around you, and you have the power of strength, amongst other things. But those are the three main ones.
Okay.
So
If I was going on those three things, I think
mhm.
I would choose the power to change people's minds, because when you change people's minds and you change the way they think, you will change the world around you. And when you change the world around you, you will become a stronger community. So by choosing one, I can affect all. I
Yeah,
would do
and I knew you were going to pick that. I knew you were going to pick that
yeah.
answer. And not only that, it actually strengthens and feeds the force.
Yes, absolutely.
And if I may, I know to some it may be childish to correlate a lot to basically a lore,
Mm.
but this is one of the reasons why I'm so enthralled with this particular lore, is the fact that life really is that.
Mm.
It's all about the force. Some people may call it a different religion, but it is what it is. You have
Yeah,
good, you have bad, and both have to feed on each other. And
absolutely.
ultimately, the power of good will succeed always.
That's
So,
amazing.
so that's where that comes from. Okay,
Amazing.
so that was number one.
Mhm.
Okay, number two. I promise that was the only Star Wars related
Okay.
question. So, if you could relive an hour out of your childhood, when, where, and why? I know that's kind of a multi
Gosh.
question, but
I would relive any moment with my Nana and Papa, um, at their house, making gingerbread men with my Nana and being held in my Papa's arms as he lifted me up, looking at the birds and all of nature outside, and telling me he knew every kind of bird, every kind of tree. He would pick me up and show me, oh look, there's a blue jay. Oh look, there's a robin redbreast. Oh, that's this kind of tree, and that's that kind of
wow,
tree. Um, yeah, that would be it for me. An hour with my
that's
grandma.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the reasons I asked that question is because as I was asking that question, I thought about mine, and it's just,
Mhm.
to me, it would be 1981
Mhm.
in my aunt's house,
Mhm.
and she was one of the first family members to get a VCR.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
God, I'm showing my age. Um,
And this was 81, you said?
I believe it was 81.
Wow.
Yeah, 81. And I remember just my cousin putting in Star Wars.
Was it beta
and
or VHS?
VHS. It
Okay.
was in beta, so that otherwise that would be in the 70s. But it was this was
Well, when
already
I had a beta machine. We had a beta machine.
well. Actually, now we're gonna get technical. Beta was actually better than VHS, but that's
Yes, it
a whole
was.
other
Yes, it
story
was.
for
But
yeah.
VHS took over the market.
And by the way, quick tidbit: if you own any beta or any beta machines,
Uh-huh.
hold on to it. They are
Yep.
worth a lot of money.
Big bucks.
But that really reiterated my Star Wars affliction because we
Wow.
watched Star Wars over and over and over. The capability of being able to watch a movie anytime and as many times as we want to. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
but yeah,
original binge watch.
yeah, I had exactly, yeah, the beginnings of binge watching, correct.
Alrighty.
Um so
Question.
one more.
Yes, please.
Okay. This might be easy, might be hard, I don't know.
Okay.
Who was your greatest inspiration?
Oh, my papa. Yeah, for sure. Hands down. Can't say enough about him. Best man I ever know. Yep. That's it.
Awesome. I know it. And I know it's a very simple question.
Yep.
For us,
So simple.
it's
Hands down.
we have to have that one person that changes our lives for sure.
Yeah.
And there's always like whenever we're thinking about something, boom, that person pops in our heads and kind of steers us in the right direction. So even when they're not with us, they're still with us.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, let's move right along, my friend, to our 5 everyday words. What are your 5 everyday words that you use a lot?
Really? The
Uh-huh.
first one is fudge. Believe it
Fudge.
or not, fudge. But
Fudge.
there's a reason. There's a reason behind that word. I work in the public.
Mm-hmm.
So if I hit my hand or if I do something, or I don't want to say the other word, so I
Like I
say
would. Yes.
fudge. Okay. So that's why I like
Uh-huh.
fudge.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we know one of my greatest creations, if you will, other than my children.
You make fudge.
It's a made up word, but half joy.
Have joy. Yeah.
We know where that comes from, and and smile. I always tell
Okay.
people
Smile.
smile,
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
love,
Mhm.
and
Love.
probably the most important word that just saying it to someone.
Mhm.
It's funny because it doesn't give us any monetary value. It doesn't change our situation.
Mhm.
It doesn't really do anything. But when we hear it, it just changes everything. Changes even just for a split second. Thanks.
Aw, yes. Yes. I love that. I just did a video on that for the clinic, and the video was about taking compliments. And I just said, whatever the compliment may be, because some of us find it hard to take compliments, and especially when people say, you look really nice today, or oh, that was kind of you, or oh, you look really pretty, or oh, you look very handsome in that, or whatever it may be. Oh gosh, you're so smart, you're so intelligent, you're so kind, you're so generous. Whatever the compliment may be, my message was that, just say thanks. Just say thanks. Even if it's hard to accept the compliment yourself, accept it for the person who created you. So whoever that may be for you, whether you have a certain belief or whether it's your
Mhm.
parents or whatever, say thank you for them if you can't say thank you for yourself, because there's nothing wrong with taking a compliment, and we have to be willing to accept our worth and our value and not downplay it all the time. So I love that. I love that you said thanks. That's so great. I love that.
It,
My favorite words, um, me, I'm always going to be myself. Number 1, amazing. I say
that's
that at
right.
least a billion times a day. Amazing. Number 2, asante.
Asante. Good one.
Everything is asante. Embarrassante. Love asante. Nacho Sante. Everything is
Okay.
Asante.
Everything's Asante.
Asante. Number 3, for the love. Ugh. I say that at least 12 times a day. especially when annoying things happen. I'm like, for the love of mustard, for the love of noises, for the
Real
love.
quick, I have to say my equivalent to that
Hmm.
is really,
Really,
really.
really, really,
If I'm screwing a screw and it falls on the ground, really,
really.
I'm talking to it like it's a person, really.
Yes,
So yes.
for
All
the
right.
love. Number four, um, fuck.
Okay. Here I am. I'm being all PG-13.
No, I mean it's a good word. I mean
It is a good word.
it
It
fits
is.
so well in so many places.
You just shot my fudge down the you know where.
I don't want to be shooting your fudge anywhere. Trust me.
Oh, that's true. Oh, you went there, did you?
And number five, I say this a lot. Holy shiznit.
I like that
Holy
one.
shiznit. Yeah. Yeah. Those are my five. What are your three favorite combinations, sir?
Okay, this one was
Yeah.
I am again, I use this phrase a lot because I am so vanilla.
Yeah.
Um, so
And by vanilla, we want to explain that for people who don't know what that means. By vanilla, you mean just like plain Jane, sort of
it's plain Jane.
very innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, but sadly, that's my favorite.
Mm.
Culinarily, I'm vanilla because I don't, I'm very, very, I'm not a very culinarily
Hmm.
adventurous person. So
Okay.
anyway, so I basically based it on things that I know. I love pinks and purples. I am a pink and purple person. I want besides this,
Yeah.
I like fashion.
Hmm.
So
You do.
one of
Yeah.
my favorite designers, and when I can afford it, I like to purchase is Ted Baker. Ted
Oh,
Baker
Ted
is
Baker.
yeah. If you ever notice, even his women's clothing are beautiful. And
He
by
makes
the
a
way,
beautiful pink for men.
yes, and
Beautiful.
he actually prefers it as a plum, but to
Mm.
me, I look at it and to me, it's the pink purple, which are basically my favorite colors.
Yeah.
I will always have my phone has pink. I don't care. At one point, besides, quick tip, pink used to be a very masculine color,
Yeah.
so it's only
And
been
blue is
recently
a
that
very feminine color too. Blue is a
exactly it
feminine
used to be
color.
the
Yeah.
opposite. So and I am a big proponent to having floral arrangements in men and women
Yeah.
clothing. I
Yeah.
think it's beautiful.
Hmm.
And so yeah, pinks and purples. I
Beautiful.
love them.
Love it.
I like to actually combine conservative attire with casual attire.
Hmm.
I know that now we're starting to see the mixture of the two,
Yeah.
but not to toot my own horn, I started that years ago. I used to wear a suit and I used to wear sneakers, and back then it was
Oh, so hip.
yeah. I honestly, I'm not to take, I'm not taking
Yeah.
credit for it. I must have seen it somewhere or something decided for me to do. I always wanted to be different with my fashion.
Yeah.
So, so that was what it was. And then, when it comes to food, the only thing that am adventurous with is mixing my Latin food
Hmm.
with some soul food. I'll have some traditional Spanish food and I'll add some greens or some real good macaroni and cheese or something like that. So
Ooh,
that's
very
those. I
nice.
guess those are my favorite combinations um, that came to mind, and I literally came up with that. And those are the top three that came to my mind. So
Is that a vegan mac and cheese?
yes, it can be absolutely.
Ooh, very
Yes, yes,
nice.
yes, yes.
Very nice.
To not, but yeah. Um, that actually may even taste better. But yeah,
Yeah.
as I'm thinking about it. So yeah.
Very nice. Well, my three favorite combinations are hands down number one, peanut butter and chocolate. Oh, God. I mean, life just doesn't get better than peanut butter and chocolate. I mean, you know,
You want to
the
know something?
yes, tell me I do.
It's funny, but I will not eat peanut butter by itself.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I won't eat peanut butter, period.
Ooh.
But I'll gladly have some trail mix,
Mm-hmm.
which will have chocolate and it will
And
have
peanuts.
peanuts.
So is it the
So
texture for you? In peanut
It's
butter,
the
is it the
texture.
texture?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
I know there's some people who have, like, problems with textures, like
mhm, yeah,
guacamole and stuff like that. They
that's exactly. That's one of the
avocados
reasons why I
with
don't eat
texture.
avocado.
You
Yeah,
don't eat
yeah,
avocados.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
So
so peanut butter and chocolate, that's my ultimate, and I make,
I'm so vanilla, guys.
ma
I'm gonna get a T-shirt saying vanilla.
vanilla. I make my own homemade Reese cups. So I make my own, like, they're vegan, and I make my own chocolate from scratch. And so if
Ooh,
anybody wants to know how to make it, it's just cacao powder and coconut oil and maple syrup. And you mix it in a double boiler, makes chocolate. And then I make the cups, and then I put some almond butter or peanut butter in there, and then I put more chocolate on top and put them in the freezer. Mwah,
that sounds
so
good.
good.
That actually sounds good.
My second favorite combination is Rice Krispies and banana. I don't know what it is about the Snap Crackle Pop. It just does something nostalgic to me. Yeah, I love it. Love it. Love it. And my third and final favorite combination is nachos and hummus. Ooh, gosh.
What type of hummus?
Just your plain,
Just regular?
your
No, I.
vanilla hummus.
Well, see, it's funny because on that one I like it flavored. I know they have different types of hummus.
Yeah.
So my sister got me into the flavored one.
Uh-huh.
But it's funny. If I buy it for the house, I won't
Uh-huh.
even touch it. It's funny. I
Really?
won't touch it. But if I go out
That's
and
like
somebody has it,
sacrilegious. How do you let hummus go to waste?
uh, it's again. I just yeah. It's yeah. That's a whole other show. but
Nachos.
but yeah, it's funny how that works out. But that sounds actually good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah. And it's a good hummus is a good replacement for those who don't like avocados and guacamole. Hummus is so good. And again, I make my own too, so it's really good. Rumor has it, sir, you have a tip of the day.
I do. And it's a simple one.
Uh-huh.
And it sometimes the hardest answer or the hardest question has the most obvious answers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's simply smile.
Aw.
I used to run into issues and I became angrier about things. And therefore the problem got bigger or larger.
Escalated. Yeah.
It escalated. Couldn't think of the word, but yes, escalated. And I've learned in these past couple years, when you smile, you're not solving your issue. You're not fixing anything. Money doesn't, if it's a financial issue, it's not money's going to magically appear in your wallet, but it just makes things seem a little bit more relevant. And most importantly, it fires off endorphins in your body that actually just kind of calms you down.
Yeah.
And somebody with high anxiety as myself,
Yeah.
I've learned to smile, and I've always had an issue smiling. So that's become not only my favorite thing to do, it's become a new thing for me to do. People that used to know me before I was this person now tell me that I've become very different, and all because I just simply learned to smile. I understand we have to be serious at times, but just smiling can make that problem seem just a bit smaller. And guess what? You might actually come up with an answer to whatever the problem is.
That's so true. And so much power in a smile. It's funny because I don't know if you follow, there's a guy on TikTok. His handle is white.smile. And he's got such a beautiful, wide, bright smile, beautiful, bright teeth. And I duetted a couple of his videos, and I've been saving them in my drafts because I wanted to save them for Mother's Day, put them out on Mother's Day. So they've been sitting in my drafts for a couple of days. And it really is just, it's so hard not to smile when you see someone else smiling.
Yeah. I've seen them with them duetting the video,
Yeah.
and even children know what a smile is.
Yes, those are the ones.
So,
So those are the ones I picked. If
Yeah.
anyone watches me on social media, but or on my TikTok or work TikTok, but you'll see them there. But those are the ones that I picked because there's one where a kid is like crying, and then he
Yeah, I
smiles,
saw that
and the
one.
kid just you just saw that one? And he just
Hmm.
automatically smiles, and that just, like, brings my heart so much joy. Yeah, so your tip of the day, smile. I love that. I love that. Anel, thank you so much for co-hosting with me today. It's so good to see you, my friend. I appreciate you very much.
Same here. I appreciate you asking me. And again, this is a first for me. So I hope my vanilla didn't offend you
Hey,
or anybody.
can't offend me. Can't offend me. I mean, we literally had someone pooping on the show a couple shows back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She really fudged things up, guys.
Yeah. I mean, you have to laugh. That's what we're here for. We're here to bring a laugh, bring a smile, and get you through your week. We want to remind people to subscribe, like, share, follow, listen to us on Spotify, watch us on YouTube. We are on iTunes as well. This has been a fabulous show. Thank you so much for joining me, Anel. I really appreciate you. And tell Josh I said hi.
Tell him I said hello.
Have a great week, my friend, and we will see you later. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Take care.